Hey up, Rock God 2004 back with another video for you, and this is part 2 of my Hammer collection films on, I was going to say Blu-ray, but there's more than that. Anyway, so the first thing I'm going to show this time is one that I think people probably thought I was going to do first. This is the Dracula films. There was, I think it was 7 Christopher Lee Dracula films, but there's another Dracula film which I thought I was going to put in as a standalone, but I thought no, it is technically a sequel to this, so it's going to be in there as well, but it doesn't have Christopher Lee. There's also another Dracula one which I don't have yet, which is the last one of this bunch, and I'll tell you when I get to it. But this one, this was absolutely groundbreaking. It's this one, the original Dracula. In the States, this was called Horror of Dracula. It was apparently retitled from Dracula to Horror of Dracula so that it wouldn't be confused with the Bela Lugosi black and white Universal original one. Even though there's remakes nowadays that have the same name, but there you go. I love that artwork. Yes, I do. That is the UK quad artwork. This is a fantastic edition. This is a 3-disc set, which looks, it matches. It's the same company, Icon, who did the Mummy and the Frankenstein one, which I showed in the first video. Main feature restoration, HD main feature Hammer 2012 restoration, which I think is the one that's a little bit longer because the found missing footage and put it in the film. You can see the difference, but at least it's in the film. It doesn't alter your enjoyment of it at all. Disc 2 is totally special features. Dracula Reborn, a new documentary. Resurrecting Dracula, a new documentary. Censoring Dracula, new documentary on the original cuts to the film, ordered by the British Board of Film Censors. Idiots. The Demon Lover, Christopher Frayling on Dracula. All 4 surviving Japanese reels unrestored. The Japanese version. So there was 4 Japanese reels found. Had all the cut footage, but you can watch that totally unaltered. It's rough, it's bitty and grainy, and I think it's got Japanese subtitles on, if I remember rightly as well. But I'm sure it gives you the option to just watch the normal version of it, or you can watch it with the bits missing in. There's a bit, it's mainly at the end when it gets to Dracula's demise. No plot spoiled there. It's a bit gorier, and there's a little bit where after he's hypnotized this woman, he gets he doesn't exactly get freaky with her, but you can see it's implied. It's the way he kisses her, it gets near the neck and that, and back in the day, I think that was nigh on porn, to be honest. And you just like, Christopher Lee actually looks like he's gonna give her one there and then, by the look on his face, the filthy beast. But it's just nice to see it in its entirety. Great film, absolutely fantastic film, one of my favourites. Blu-ray and 2 DVDs. It is actually one of my favourite ones. I don't know if it is my favourite because there's so many of the Christopher Lee ones I love. So that's the original 1958 Dracula. The next one, which is sort of classed as a sequel, is the one that doesn't have Christopher Lee in. It doesn't look convincing, to be honest. Brides of Dracula. I did enjoy this actually, but it wasn't a patch on the Christopher Lee ones. But if you look on whether it be IMDb, Wikipedia, or whatever, this is classed as the second Dracula film. DVD, Blu-ray, in a nice sort of smoked black case. Peter Cushing's back in it, but no Christopher Lee. I think at the time Christopher Lee said he didn't want to do another one because he didn't want to get typecast or something. Some changed his mind, didn't he? But yeah, very enjoyable, but don't expect it to be like a Christopher Lee one, vampire-wise. Still a great film though. That's The Bride of Dracula. And then Mr. Christopher, I Don't Want to Play Dracula Anymore, Lee, returned. With this absolute cracker. Dracula Prince of Darkness. I got this one quite a few years back, before I started collecting the Hammer films, because this was always my favourite one as a kid. This absolutely terrified me. When you see somebody get hung upside down and he gets the knife out, and I could not sleep. Scared the bejesus out of me. It's hard to pick a favourite out of these because they're all pretty good. Well, the earlier ones. I think with this one is when he said, yes, I'll play it, but I don't want to talk. So he doesn't. I'm sure it's this one. Why? Blu-ray DVD again. Again, another studio canal that I've took out because it's part of like the little sets. That image terrifies me. What I did when I was a kid. I don't know why he started to sort of shy away and he wouldn't talk about it at one point, because it's the role that made him. So yeah, another absolute amazing Dracula film, Dracula Prince of Darkness. The next one, Dracula Has Risen from the Grave, is a US import. I don't know if you still can't now. I don't know. I don't think you can. But when I got this, you could not get this on Blu-ray over here. I still don't think you can. So this is a Warner Brothers release from the States. It's just a bog standard, hideous black plain disc with these beautiful eco bloody cases. I hate them so much. This is another good one. Can't remember whether he talked in this one or not. I need to watch this one again because I've only watched this one once or twice. I get muddled up with them. I can't remember which one's which. But yeah, that's definitely the second Christopher Lee one. But if you want to include the others. What a bell end! Whew, slap of my thigh, nearly blew my brain out. But if you want to class the Christopher Lee ones, this is the third. If you just class the Christopher Lees as your Draculas, but that's all I've ever done. So finding out that was a sequel, it's thrown me a bit. So the fourth Christopher Lee one, but the fifth Dracula film. This is one of my favourites, definitely, as well. This is the one with Linda Hayden in and Peter Sallis. Taste the Blood of Dracula. This is a cracking film. I love this. You can't get this one over here either on Blu-ray. Or you couldn't when I got this. I don't know if things have changed now. Same as before. Eco case. Plain black. Boring. Disc. Is this the one that's also got him out with Dear John in? I'm sure it is. Because I think it's her dad. He's not listed. I wonder why. But he's in it. I'm sure he's in it. Anyway, Taste the Blood of Dracula. Really, really, really excellent film. I love it. And the next one. This one for me is so underrated. Absolutely love this film. This is another studio canal with the slip. And this has got a very young Dennis Waterman and Jenny Hanley in. This is Scars of Dracula. I absolutely love this film. I think it's fantastic. This is the one where, if you've seen Fright Night, you see a Christopher Lee Dracula film playing at some point in the background. It's this bad boy. Called Dracula with a knife. What a thought. Same again to match, and the lovely 2-disc set. Oh, look at that. I didn't know that was in there. Some more there with the slips. I do think I've got them all now. I'm not sure, but I think I have. The ones with the slips. I don't mean all the Hammer films, but I've got all those ones. So yeah, another one of my favourite ones there. Scars of Dracula. And this next one originally wasn't released over here on Blu-ray. You could get it on DVD. So I got this one from the States. It's Dracula AD 1972. I don't like this one as much as the earlier ones because it's really weird when they bring Dracula into the present day. It's strange because they're all gothic and set in the, whether it be 16, 17, 1800s, whatever. Whereas this is like mid the 70s and all hippie clothing and dancing and what have you. Now this one was a nice picture disc. I do like it. It's a good film. It's just like, I don't know. It's very psychedelic for a Dracula film. And then it got a release over here. And I'm going to sneeze again because of the hay fever. Oh, sorry. It came out on HMV Premium. I thought, I want it. Look at that slip. And the lovely clear thing. But, typical UK, boring blue disc. Hence why I want to keep the American one as well. Plus, that was the first one I had. And you do get in the premium, which I haven't opened, and I think I should. Not right now, but I will. Some art cards. That's the only one I've seen. And a lovely little poster. It's not such a lovely little poster at all, because it's black and white. It's the other one that's got a lovely little poster. Such a nice touch, though, when you get stuff like this. So, yeah, I wanted it because of the edition. With the extra goodies and the lovely slip cover as part of the premium collection. I don't know if there's actually any special features on it, because I don't think on the US release there is. But I can't remember this. I'll have a look in a minute when I get it closed. That closed about as easy as a Lady of the Night's legs. Dracula AD 1972. Then there was another, no there wasn't, there was this. Same again, exactly the same. Wasn't available over here, so I got the US version. This is the Satanic Rites of Dracula. Probably the worst one for me. This is as 70s and psychedelic as it gets. Strangely enough, that one's only a PG, but that one's a rated R in the States. There was one of them, I think it was Taste the Blood of Dracula, or Dracula Risen from the Grave. In America, it's a G. General admission. That's like kids, for God's sake. Anyway, lovely little picture disc on the American one again. I think these both came out about the same time, because I'm pretty sure I got these two together. And then, again, Premium got hold of it and did this treatment to it. Let's hope the box closes as easier than the last one did. Boring Blue. Again, I haven't opened them, but art cards. Again, I will open them though, because I want to see them. This is the one with the nice poster, the nice colour poster. That's better, look at that. I think Christopher Lee's part in this artwork is probably the best part of the film. It's just so weird. If I remember rightly as well, I think it's a bit of a breast fest. Wish me luck. Oh, straight away. So that was the final Christopher Lee Dracula film. There was another one after that. I don't have it. I think it's called The Legend of the Seven Golden Vampires. By all accounts, it's a bit of a martial arts thing. Peter Cushing's in it, and somebody's in it actually playing Dracula. I've never seen it. You can't get it over here, or if you do, it's on DVD. I think Screen Factory have released it, so I will try and get it at some point. So that is all of the Dracula ones that I have, which is basically all of them except The Legend of the Seven Golden Vampires. This next little batch is the vampire films that are vampire films, but not Dracula films. And there's some absolute corkers in these. This one, I didn't remember anything about this, but I remembered the name. I think I'd seen it when I was a kid. And this is another network release. And this is The Twins of Evil. What an amazing film this is. Absolutely loved it. These are twins. I wasn't sure at first, are they twins or is it the same last playing the same part, but they are twins. Peter Cushing. I'm not going to go into the plot of all these. I do remember that them two, they come and live with their, I think he's their uncle, Peter Cushing. And because they're like quite sort of voluptuous and what have you, he doesn't agree with what they wear and the way they act and stuff, and he kicks off and tries to get them into the church and all that. But yeah, again, gorgeous picture disc and a booklet. I love the network ones. I think these are probably my next favourite ones after the Studio Canal. And on the back, it's like poster artwork. I'm assuming that these were all supposed to be these clear things, so you can see that. But I did have the odd one delivered, which you've seen earlier, with a blue case. And it's quite annoying because it looks so much better in these. Same with the premium. They've started to do as well, the HMV premium ones. So they run short, they just stick them in the blue cases and you can't really see that side as much as what you'd like to. But I highly recommend that one. Brilliant film, Twins of Evil. The next one, I really did like this one as well. It wasn't as good as Twins of Evil, but I really did enjoy this. This one starred Ingrid Pitt, and it's The Vampire Lovers. Peter Cushing again. By God, he earned his money, didn't he? He was a bit of a workaholic. Lovely picture disc. This is on Final Cut. I actually remember this one looking pretty damn good, to be honest, though. The Final Cut are the ones who said they don't remaster them as good as Studio Canal, but I'm pretty sure this one looked pretty damn fine. So that's The Vampire Lovers. The next one, this one is also a Final Cut one. This one didn't look amazing. It wasn't bad, but this is probably the worst one mastered that I've seen. This one was also a bit of a strange one. You can get this on Scream Factory if you want to pay the extra. This one will do me. I like the artwork better on this one. This is Kiss of the Vampire. It's quite annoying that they try and sort of get her back on side of the living, and she's just a little gobshite. But yeah, that another enjoyable one. Wasn't brilliant, but it was a good one. Kiss of the Vampire. This is a Studio Canal with a slip. I like this one, but it wasn't as good as what people told me that it was. Certainly not my favourite standalone vampire film, but still very enjoyable. I can't for the life of me remember why this one's an 18, to be honest. I thought it would have been a 15. Ralph Bates. That's the one I was trying to remember in that Dracula film. Oh, I said he's not named. He's in this one. This is Lust for a Vampire. I think she looks like Raquel, who used to be in Coronation Street, and then she went on to be in the first early series of Heartbeat. Can't remember the actress's name, but that's what I thought it was at first. They pack these so nice. Look at these. I love them. I love them so much. And they don't look the same, do they, without the slip? Love how they all match, I do. I think they look fantastic. So yeah, very enjoyable film. Lust for a Vampire. And the last one I've got, which is a standalone vampire film, this blew me away. I remember watching this as a kid, and I wasn't keen on it. And I think why I wasn't keen on it is because I hated the head vampire, because he reminded me of like a welfare wannabe, either Mark Bolan or the guy who used to do Magpie with the Brian May hairdo. And then when I watched this, I seen this coming out, I was like, whoa, look at that, 50th anniversary with a slip. I'm having that. So I got it. Oh my God, I loved it. What a film. This is Vampire Circus. Fantastic film. Absolutely amazing. I loved it. I recognise her face. Can I help remember her name? But they're like a sort of, you know, a travelling circus going through these little old villages like you see in vampire films and stuff. And you can just guess where it goes. This is a gorgeous release as well. I think that was on the front of the cover as well, but this is the reverse artwork. I don't know why, when I opened that, it kind of reminded me of Creepshow a bit, the Creepshow artwork, with the English one with the Stephen King son sat in the bed with a comic. It's like a similar colour and design, I think. Special features, 12-page booklet, include a new essay by the Evolution of Horror's Mike Muncer, documentary, The Bloodiest Show on Earth, featured interviews including renowned director Joe Dante and actor David Prowse, who's no longer with us. That's your Darth Vader again. Stills Gallery, original theatrical trailer, a brief history of circus horrors, and visit in the House of Hammer, an insight into Britain's legendary horror magazine. Oh wow, I would love some of them. And Vampire Circus interactive comic book. This is still available because it hasn't been out long. It came out this year. It's been out for a few months, but this is still available with the slipcover if anybody's after it. This is a great film. I'd never heard of the company who's released it. I don't know if they're new or what, but they're called Strawberry Media. But they must have been out for a while because the catalogue number is STWBD, which must be Strawberry Blu-ray 187. Does that mean they've had 187 out? Either way, I don't know, but I'd never heard of them before myself. But this looks great. This is really, really well mastered. There's your little booklet there. If you're after fancying an old type Hammer horror vampire film, I highly recommend this one. If I was to say to you go out and buy 2 or 3, I would personally say that Twins of Evil, and Lust for a Vampire. Start with them 3. They're the vampire films that I've got. There's probably more, but they're the ones that I've got that aren't Dracula, but they're just standalone vampire films. But they're the 3 I would recommend to go out and watch, because they're just amazing, especially Vampire Circus. So Vampire Circus, Lust for a Vampire, and Twins of Evil. I like the others as well, but they were the 3 I would start with. So that's my vampire films. So that concludes part 2 of my Hammer film collection. The next one, part 3, I think will be the rest of the Studio Canal releases with the slipcovers and one other. And then I've got something else to do as well. I don't know whether that's going to fit in or whether that'll be a part 4. So yeah, I'm really loving doing this. I've been wanting to do this one for a long time. I absolutely adore the Hammer films, more than what I realised. So I hope you've actually enjoyed watching these. If you've got any questions that you want to know about them that I haven't covered, or you want to know, if you just put it in the comments below and I'll answer you. I always try and answer everybody who comments. You can also let me know if you want to, what's your favourite Hammer film, or what's your favourite Dracula film or Frankenstein or anything like that. I always read your comments, and I love to know what other people like compared to what I like. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts are on these, and let me know if you're enjoying these as well, so I'll know to carry on. Thank you very much for watching, all 2 of you. I really do appreciate it, and thank you so much to each and every one of you who has subscribed. It means the world to me. Thank you so much. Love you all. I'll see you very soon for part 3. You all take it easy and take care of yourselves. I'll see you very soon. Ta-ta.